work. Yeah, you've been zooming a lot. I pointed that way, and it's actually that way. So Liz has created a program for the next 5 weeks, and each week we're going to catch up and talk about the different things that we've done. Hopefully talk about what's the week that we've had and the week that's coming up, just so that everyone has an idea of what to do and how we're all going to get better at running at the end of this thing. So Liz, do you want to have a little rundown about what you've got planned for us for the next?
Pun there, Chongy. Nice pun. Rundown. Anyway.
Oh, did I? Mate, running puns. All right. So, give us a little breakdown.
Yeah.
Breakdown of the next, just of the general plan, and then we'll talk about what we did this week, and then what we're doing next week, and take from there.
Yeah, so I guess my intention with setting out some of these workouts and some of the skill work is twofold, really. Like, firstly, it's around making sure that, or giving you guys a bit of structure if you want to do some running. I know there's heaps of people out running at the moment. I run down around Albert Park Lake, and there's like 1 million people out there. So there's lots of people running, which is great because
practicing social distancing.
Yeah, totally. I think running's great, and I think it's awesome that so many people are running. So the purpose of this is to give a bit of structure to that, I suppose, but also for people who maybe not mad keen runners, maybe the outcome of all of this is that you hate running a little bit less. So I'm going to give you some tips around some of the things that you can think about while you're running in terms from a technique perspective, but also some cool little workouts that you can do. And you can do these as kind of just as a set workout, or you could integrate them into a longer run if you're that way inclined.
Love it.
Yeah, so it's mainly interval-based stuff. The one for this week is a 3-minute moderate kind of effort, then 1 minute hard, and then a 1 minute recover. And so you do that 3 times.
Yep. I like it. I really enjoyed it this weekend. Yeah, it was good. I mean, I'm trying to schedule them to be Wednesdays, but really in this COVID life, they can be any day. It can be any day. You know, I think that's what I love about it is like, I did a little post today about how we're not stuck to this week template of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You can do whatever you want. So as long as you get this session done sometime this week, you're going to get the benefit from Liz's running program.
So the other thing that I wrote in the post about it was to start thinking about your cadence a little bit more. So your cadence is just how many times your feet hit the ground when you're running. So all we want to do this week, depending on what you're using to time your intervals, and I should also say if you don't have a timer that you want to use, you can do what Loz did and just do like a certain distance, but it's more the ratios of like 3-1-1.
Loz was in a lot of pain from that 3-1-1 because she was running.
An oval lap is.
Did you work the numbers out? It was like a 600-700. It was like the pain cave. Like if you were to like write things down that hurt, that would be one of those things. It's gross.
Yeah. Look.
So each week we're focusing on a different skill. Is that the goal?
That's the idea. So, we're going to focus on cadence for a few weeks, but really the first thing this first week is to just build your awareness of what your cadence is. So use a watch or the stopwatch thing on your phone and just count how many steps you do in a minute. And this could be like in your warm up, just kind of an easy jog. So, because we're going to think about like how that changes over the different paces that you run and how increasing your cadence can also make you a bit more efficient as well. So, I
guess the analogy I always give about cadence, not that I always give one, but I'm going to pretend I always give one, is like skipping. You know, like if you skip too slow, it actually becomes quite an inefficient exercise. But then there's always that skip that just feels good. And I think that's, trying to help people find that natural skip, that natural cadence that feels good for them, right? Does everyone have a natural cadence, or is it kind of, there is a cadence? It's 90, isn't it? It's 180.
That's a can of worms in the running world. There's a lot of debate. I mean, the principle is if you're kind of taking shorter steps and your body weight is over your feet and your hips, rather than kind of taking big, long steps and lunging forward each time, then you're going to be more efficient. So ideally, you want your cadence to be kind of higher rather than lower, but there's no magic number and everyone's physiology is different. So
cool. So this week is cadence, and we're just having a sense of we're going to count how many how many steps we take per minute? And do we want to track the moderate pace, or do we want to track the fast, or trying to track both?
I would just do it in the warm up, because then what I want to do next week is like in the warm up, build on that as part of your warm up. So it kind of becomes a skill thing. So what you want to try and do with the cadence is kind of do a couple of drills with faster cadence each time, and it kind of gets your brain firing to do that. And then you don't necessarily have to kind of count it when you're actually doing the workout. So we'll build it into the warm up more so than in the actual workout, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. I totally forgot to mention that in this workout. I just mentioned how much it sucked.
How much
all right. And so next week is about increasing the cadence. This week is about just counting the steps.
Yeah, just being aware of it and how it changes.
Cool. And at the end of this, we want people to just not hate it so much.
Well, pretty much. And if you enjoy running a bit more, then I think that's awesome. If you're a little bit more efficient, if you're a bit more aware of what happens when you're running, and I know that Chongy's been posting a lot about different breathing and your gears and stuff. So pay attention to that as well, and maybe see how that changes over the course of 4 or 5 weeks. If you're getting out there to have a significant or a real impact, you probably want to be running like 3-4 times a week. But I know you guys are doing lots of other active stuff during the week as well. So you can do this again. You can change the intervals around. You can go for some longer runs. If you want more workouts, then please let me know. I'm more than happy to chat about it.
Yeah. What's the intervals? Are you looking at, you've got lots of, I've looked at the next couple of weeks with the intervals. You've got a few, like next week's intervals. Can you run through next week's intervals?
Yeah. So that's just a ladder of 1 minute on, 2, and so it's a 2-minute recovery time each time. And so it's 1 minute on, 2 minutes recover, 2 minutes on, 2 recover, 3 on, 2 recover, 4 on, 2 recover.
And is that at a hard pace?
Yeah, that's meant to be like reasonably hard, but you're getting up to 4 minutes, which is
reasonably gross.
Yeah, well.
And what do you suggest in terms of how can you gauge the pace?
Listen, you want these to be pretty much all out. You're getting a 2-minute recovery. So this is for next week. You're getting a 2-minute recovery, and it's standing recovery. So you want to be pushing pretty hard for that, especially those middle ones and that one towards the end. So it's not going to be the same pace because you can't sustain that. But you do want to definitely be pushing pretty hard for those. But it's only, 10 minutes of work all up.
Yeah.
It's not really that much.
Whenever someone says it's only 10 minutes of work,
I know.
It's like...
Yeah, I know. A 5-minute Fran is still horrible. I get that.
Yeah. That 4 minutes, I think that last interval to this week hurt, hey? But it was nice because it was a nice hurt. I actually closed my eyes and just was running along the oval, just
I don't endorse that. Don't do that. Watch where you're putting your feet. Don't break anything.
There was no one there. It wasn't one of those busy days. All right.
Yeah, I actually do that as a 5-3-1-1. So 5 kind of moderate, 3 a bit faster, 1 all out, 1 recover. But
now you're talking these weird Rain Man running intervals. It's 5, 3, 7, 9, 4, 9. I'm like, oh yeah, it's like a phone number. But I'm excited. I think I really enjoyed this week, and I'm looking forward.
I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to next week. And okay, this is the thing, because how do you think people should track this? Because I have a watch and I think it's awesome. I think it's such a handy tool for tracking, but how should people track if they don't have a running watch? Is there a way that you would suggest kind of tracking this, or?
Well, if you're doing it by time, then you would want to repeat this in a couple of weeks and see if you can go further in those distances. So if you're doing it around an oval or something, and you're doing it running with your phone that's got your little stopwatch in it, then take note of how far you get in each of those intervals and see if you can go further next time.
Yeah. So I guess just have landmarks of what you hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many laps of the oval? How many up and backs of the basketball court? How many whatever's, yeah.
Yeah. Look, I think that's, I always think tracking is important if you're not very motivated, if you're lacking motivation, because it's nice to see you getting better. But if you just enjoy, you can definitely feel yourself getting better with running very quickly, can't you?
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, thank you. Thank you for your time. And I think we should schedule another one of these soon. While I have you, what's another good time for these catch ups? Maybe maybe this time next week. I don't know, it'd be good.
It's fine with me. I don't think I got anything on.
Sick. All right, Liz and Chongy. I've just got a standing poker game usually. You didn't seem too impressed when I was like, when I blew you off for a poker game.
Yeah, whatever.
It's very important. It's a very important part of life. I made $70.
Oh, good. So next Wednesday, 6:00?
Yeah. Done.
It's in my diary.
All right, man.
Cool. Okay.
Thank you.
No props.
See you later.
Bye.
Yeah, mate.
Oh, I didn't do like cool backgrounds and shit. We didn't like play with backgrounds.
That's all right. I've got my mic here. I want people to look like I was professional.
Oh, I should have.
See you, mate.
Oh, I wanted to put background on. All right. Okay, bye.
Bye.